Hey, how's it going? Today's 20th of January and Saturday we are taking a look at the market, what kind of opportunities are available out there in today's video. Let's take a look at defending Britain from a more dangerous world. There was a speech given. I can see that it's a long speech. I might just touch on some of the areas that would be relevant is something that I have started taking a look at in the beginning of the videos, right? That's really aviation perhaps. Let's take a look at some of that. Perhaps worth to read the entire speech, but it's way too much. People can't hold their attention for that long. I wish they could. Most of the time they can. The young people who are watching those TikTok videos or similar projects, right? Young people, they can't hold their attention. They can't. If I myself then structuring some of those videos, right? Can I hold people's attention for 10 minutes? So some of those projects out there, they are generating a lot of attention of people who cannot hold attention. So that would be 60 seconds, and those projects are looking to capture a lot of attention within 60 seconds or less than 60 seconds, and then government institutions promoting those kind of projects who people cannot hold their attention, and they are expecting those people into being next generations of leaders, I guess, when it comes to aviation even. So I don't know, perhaps that's a good starting point, and from there progressing in, perhaps establishing better systems in place. But again, that's my own feedback. Myself, I'm looking to engage with Civil Aviation Authority, the one that would set potential standards, right? As of now, there's no response from this organization, and people working for this organization is not informed about this process. They don't know nothing about it, and they're directing me to take part in different process in way how myself I would receive license to. From what I understood, after paying a fee, it would be 100 plus pounds for having license to operate my own personal drone. Looking to do that professional on a large scale. And from there would be something that this organization have started, the Civil Aviation Authority, that would be sandboxes, and there's the times and set where people need to engage with the team. There's no response, there's nothing happening, right? There was a briefing, I have reached out to this organization perhaps 10 times or so, perhaps more than 10 times. There's no response, people don't know what they're doing. Everyone's confused there. And perhaps you just cannot hold attention, or perhaps broken in communication, or so to say. If you yourself interested in the building the next generation of aviation and you can hold attention, there's opportunities there. There's a time frame there set when you need to engage with the team. Good luck. Perhaps it's just myself, I don't know. And that would be the process of how to receive standards from Civil Aviation Authority when operating, as well as engaging with a number of different teams. Myself, I don't know, I'm just paddling against the current, I guess. Let's come back to the speech, right? That we're defending Britain from more dangerous world. The Defense Secretary is named there, delivered a speech at Lanchester House in London. Let's try to understand the speech. Perhaps there's a lot of points and way how the speech will be structured. I will jump to what I believe what might be important. Let's take into today's video. That would be perhaps aviation. Let's touch on aviation. Perhaps there might be set targets within aviation. I have seen something about aviation. I haven't read the speech, right? Again, I'll be butchering the speech, right? So perhaps it will be important starting from the top and working our way down. But it's, we're taking a look at TikTok videos, right? And attention span of the people, I guess. We're just going with the system. And that's what we are spending around 31 billion to bring in next generation of the dreadnoughts, submarines, and upgraded deterrent. So UK is making investments in the submarines. It can be there. Perhaps this is something that's publicly been disclosed, right? Some of the information of some of the investments being made not necessarily needs to be limited to those, but that will be submarines. Let's forget perhaps in aviation. Our career strike group will be out in full force with our magnificent flagship HMS Queen Elizabeth leading the way, and flying from her decks will be a fifth generation F-35 light jets, accompanied by fearsome phalanx of frigates, destroyers, and helicopters, right? So myself, that's perhaps where I see things, right? And perhaps we can take a look at next. So if they're referring to a fifth generation, what are the sixth or seventh and or eighth? How we can build those. Something I have highlighted in the beginning of this video, right? We take a look at sandboxes and our potential need of having a pilot. So let's remove pilot and put that pilot somewhere safely, if we can. From there, how perhaps even need of having glasses. So currently they're operating with VR, right? So the even need of having those. So let's remove those. So we're taking a look at perhaps fifth, sixth, seventh. Oh, here you go. Eighth would be software that does everything. We're eighth generation already then. Here you go. From fifth all the way to eighth. Perfect. And we in the process we potentially can save a lot of money, but how we can improve engagement, right? And or more engineers tackling some of those issues. I like to read the entire speech, but usually there's a lot of disinformation with some of those speeches, right? If anything, I have taken a look at the speech just to support the point that I was trying to make about engineering and engagement, right? That's some of the points that I was trying to support. Other than perhaps there's a lot of information that you're not necessarily would be able to disclose, and we take the national security, and some of those numbers might be off by a lot, so to say. So not necessarily I'm looking to support that. There perhaps there's agendas there, and how they're looking to address some of those agendas, right? And perhaps different ways of manufacturing, right? So if yourself you're interested in manufacturing, or even if we're taking a look at aviation and collaborating and working together, perhaps that's where things can begin. Let's take a look at, so we were taking a look at fifth generation of fighter jets, that would be F-35s, right? Let's take a look at those, and that would be a fifth, right? And let's take a look at some of those projects out there who are potentially working on next gens, right? So we can briefly touch on those, and some of the governments and some of the work is being done by engineers within those governments, right? So it would be perhaps supporting points that I'm trying to highlight with this video, right? There's just a video on YouTube, right? And myself, I'm just looking to understand where the pilot would sit in this fighter jet. I think they forgot to put a cabin for his pilot. So I think when we're referring to some of the next generation of fighter jets, right, that's what we're referring. And it not necessarily, I think it's still bulky, so it could be potentially be cheaper to manufacture, and there might be some projects out there, but it depending on speed and everything, what people out there might be interested in solving that kind of problems. So perhaps that's then I'm taking a look at the next generation. Perhaps that would be just an example of how some of the fighter jets can look like, right? Yourself, if you're interested in learning more, I have published a book or journal that will be info, and within this journal, I'm taking a look and looking to the system where people can develop themselves every single day, and how to approach every single day, and what would be important. If you were to pick up this journal, I would highly recommend working from cover to cover. That would be enough time to develop a habit, something that potentially would last. And it would be recommended for 70 days, but it will be about 90 days or so. And if you were to stick with this program, that will be a 24-hour window every single page, and some of those areas worth addressing every single day within every page, and how you can potentially start and progress from there. I'm looking to share it with as many people as I can. You can find the QR code in the corner company's website below. Just a quick note, right? So perhaps you can help build it even better unmanned area vehicles or systems, right? We perhaps already built it, not necessarily looking to disclose that information with us. So I'm just poking a little bit of fun, I guess. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.